Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Marvel Future Fight video. And for today, I wanted to give you guys a first look at the Atomic Samurai, Kingo, the Slayer of Deviants. So, we're taking a look at this guy today without his uniform for the simple fact that the Eternal Epic Quest requires that you spend 4,400 crystals, not once but twice, for a totality of 8,000 plus crystals needed to complete the entire thing. Now you do get back some crystals, but in addition to those deluxe packages, every single one of these Eternals, including Kingo, has a uniform that came with them. So 6 uniforms and 2 deluxe packages later, you're looking at well over 15,000 crystals that you need to put in up front to finish this epic quest and get everything you need for these characters. So I want to see if these characters can actually function in endgame content without the uniforms. That way, if you decide to build them up, maybe you can say, all right, I don't need the uniform for this one right now, even though his uniform will make him better. I can still play with him. I can still get stuff done with him. So maybe I'll purchase the uniform for him at a later time. Basically, that's the reason why I'm going to be showcasing all of these Eternals with and without their uniforms, because I know this is the most expensive epic quest by far in terms of the amount of crystals you need to put in right away, because they're all coming in with uniforms. Now I do have his uniform at Mythic, and honestly I'm not too happy with the uniform options. I'll show you guys. So for one, they put Storm's uniform in here. Not only is Storm right now off meta, your newest uniform is barely even considered good enough anymore to be a DPS, right? But they went back and they put the old uniform here, which is absolutely terrible. A uniform that no one should be buying unless they're a whale and they just want to have every uniform in the game. All right, next one right here, Quasar. Quasar is really good. I find her to be super fun to play and very strong. She's one of my favorite characters, so this is a good pickup. However, if you're free to play, you're not going to have this uniform, so you're losing out on some attack for your Kingo. Keep in mind, even though he's a speed character, he's kind of like Luna Snow, where he's energy based. So that's both good and bad. It's good because a lot of you guys, myself included, have more energy attack than physical attack, but you'll be missing out on this this stat right here because of the fact that Quasar is paywall if you're free to play. And then they did the same thing again with Rogue. Rogue has a new uniform that is still very much so a good uniform, but instead they went back and they got her old uniform and put it in here as a uniform option, basically trying to get you to buy a uniform that you shouldn't be buying unless you're a whale. So that's 2 uniforms out of 3. That's just really bad in my opinion. Ebony Maw is really good, so we have 2 good ones and 2 bad ones, and then we have the last one here, which is Crystal. No one should be buying Crystal unless you're a whale and you just want to have every uniform in the game. Granted, this uniform is cheaper, but still, guys, this is terrible, right? You have 5 uniforms in here and 3 out of 5 is bad, bro. Come on, man. Then Marvel, do better. If you're gonna put bad uniforms, at least put the most recent uniforms for the characters in here, right? Why are you putting a uniform like Crystal's that's like 2-3 years old at this point? Like, that's crazy, man. Anyways, let's talk about Kingo. With the base kit, the one glaring weakness of this character is that he does not have a way to heal himself. So build him knowing that his uniform, one of the best things that it does for him is it creates this healing zone around himself where he's constantly healing. And it is going to be like the Makari situation where he can work without his uniform, but not having a heal is going to make it difficult for him to do end game content. I'm talking once you get past 20 in World Boss Legend, or once you run into some of these restrictions that limit your ability to use Venom as a striker, you're going to notice that the character, although he's strong without the uniform, he's going to die on you very quickly. Because if he doesn't have a heal, he has no way to sustain. It's just a sad time. Okay, so that's the one thing, the one glaring weakness of this character. He has damage accumulation, which is based on damage dealt, so that's really good. He has a couple different attack buffs here, 50% for 6 seconds on his forward skill. On deep dash, I thought it was deep dish, like a deep dish pizza, but you know, it is what it is. And then we have the pentagram slicer, which is actually a cool name for the skill, and then it gives him an attack buff. It's nice that it gives him some crit rate. I wish it gave him more crit rate. So if you're building this guy, you're gonna have to give him some crit rate Urus or some Odin's blessings with crit rate, so do keep that in mind. I should give him some right now. I was hoping that it was a bigger crit rate buff, but I believe with the uniform it gives him 30% instead of 15 on the 5th skill, right? Yeah, so do keep that in mind. We're gonna jump into World Boss Legend with him, and the rotation I'm using for him right now, I do have the Awaken skill. You have to finish the entirety of the epic quest to transcend him, so do keep that in mind. It took me 1 day to complete it, but I had to reset timeline multiple times. I believe I had to do about 30 timeline fights. So if you don't have the shield support, it's gonna take you 3 days to complete this or epic quest for this character. And I find him fun to play. Like, he really reminds me of like a samurai when you're using the base kit. It is kind of cool, but it is what it is. I know some of you guys are not gonna like him, right? Especially since he doesn't have a heal, but it is what it is, like I always say. The rotation I'm currently using him with right now is something like this, and I'm gonna show you guys why I'm using the rotation I'm using, because some of you guys are not gonna like the rotation. So let me just go pop and move this guy down here. So let me jump in. The rotation I'm using him right now is 3 cancel, 4 cancel, 6, and then proc on 5. And I find that to give me the most amount of damage. The reason why I'm using this is because I noticed that the 4th skill does about 27 hits on average, and then the 5th skill does about 34 hits on average if you let it play out. So more hits, 35. I think he hit one of the mobs up there somewhere, but let's try it again. I think the ending of the skill clipped one of the mobs. Yeah, 34, right? I noticed that when I use this skill, there's a chance that the damage proc does not activate a lot of times. So for me, on the rotation that does not include the 6th skill, I'll go 3 cancel, 4 cancel, and then proc on 5. And I find that my damage is a bit more consistent. You could get a bit more damage if you went 3, 5, and then 4, but a lot of times your proc is going to come very, very late. And since this skill, the 4th skill, has less hits, I don't think it's a good idea, right? Because sure, you could get more damage, but you could also get less damage. So you want to go with consistency. You guys know I'm all about consistency, right? So that's basically what I'm going to be using him with. I got his artifact from playing his mission. Actually, playing the mission for Gilgamesh. Got lucky there, and it does add a little bit of extra flavor to the character, a little bit of extra damage and whatnot. So I'm not gonna overlook that for sure. We're gonna run against Knull. We're gonna go stage 14. Oh, by the way, I don't have a CTP on him. I'm not sure if I just showed you guys. Right, it's just a regular obelisk, 27% crit damage, 200% proc, nothing crazy. Right, I'm gonna do stage 14 just because when you go up to 19 here, it's humans and he's an eternal, so you can't use him. And I don't believe with a regular proc and not his uniform equipped, he's gonna be able to do 20 plus. So I want to show you guys how he does on about 14 here and then about 14 over here as well. So let's jump in, and we're gonna give him Ebony Maw's lead, and then we're also gonna take advantage of Ebony Maw's support uniform bonus. I was gonna say passive because it works kind of like a passive. So Ebony Maw is gonna give him extra damage to universal types, which is Knull, this thing, 35%, and also it's gonna give him damage reduction since he can't heal. I want to make sure that he doesn't die on me, right? I could use Cyclops lead, but I don't find that I need it. I find that Ebony Maw is a little bit better than Cyclops in this situation. Rarely do I ever say that, but it is what it is. We're gonna run him with Venom so he can get some heals, and I'll show you guys how he actually performs here. Let's get it. So we're gonna go 3, 4, 6, proc on 5. So you see we got down to 53 bars there. Let me do that the other way around, and you can see what the damage looks like and why my rotation is the way it is, okay? In case anybody wants to disagree and say you should proc on 4 instead. So we're gonna go 3, 5, 6, and then proc on 4. So 3, 5, 6, proc on 4. Look at the damage. See it? Everything is done, and we're at 55. So that's why I'm using the rotation I'm using. More hits, it equates to more damage. And also because it's a longer skill, you keep the proc up for more. So we're gonna go 3, 4, 6, proc on 5. And we're gonna use 2. Then we're gonna dip out. I think we're gonna get, yeah, we got caught up. I wanted to be cheeky and use 2 to get a little bit of extra damage, but it cost us a few seconds there. Now he can get knocked out of his skills because he doesn't have super armor. So that's a real thing. The Atomic Samurai. I really like characters with dual swords. It's a cool, it's a vibe, you know, it's a cool vibe, but I like it. So I wish I could choose to use him with this look or this playstyle while still having the benefits of the uniform. Especially since I haven't seen the movie yet, so like I have no attachment to how he fights in the movie or anything like that. Alright, pop. Yeah. We don't have too many samurais in the game, so it's a shame we're not going to be able to use them like this. The Atomic Samurai. Kingo, the Deviant Slayer. Alright, pop. Alright, let's see if, can we squeeze in one more rotation? Oh no, we can't. Okay. I know some of you guys are going to say I should proc on the 6 skill. I haven't really fully tested whether or not he does more damage if you proc on the 6, so I'm not even going to lie and say, oh, he got pulled out of his rotation there. I guess Knull has iframe ignore, so he clapped him out of the 5th skill. That is unfortunate. Nice. Alrighty. Come on, where's my proc? Nice. Walk to me. Come to me. Okay. Oh, really? I was hoping he would come back down. Okay, we got him. No. Oh, wow. Interesting. Can I cancel the 5? After he starts slashing? Because like right there, even though Knull was in the iframe, the slashes were still going on. Is there a way? I'm going to have to test that. Oof, so close. So close. The Atomic Samurai is not playing these games, bro. Come on. Okay. I was thinking about going up there and attacking while he's in this phase, but I don't want to get him killed. The speed characters don't have the highest defense. So we're just gonna do it the smart way, the safe way. Proc was very late there. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we got it though. Nice. Alright, let's go test him out against Mephisto and see what he can do. So I was trying him on stage 19 against Mephisto and he just kept dying because of the fact that his survivability isn't the greatest. And also I noticed that even though there's so many hits, his proc is not really that consistent. But my major concern with him is actually not his damage, believe it or not. It's actually his survivability. Okay. Also sucks that people can just walk out of the radius of his 5th skill. Okay, so we broke him, that's fine. Hopefully the awakened skill doesn't trigger the proc again. Yeah, see, the damage is pretty good, but his survivability is what's the problem for me. So when you get caught up in this, yeah, you lose a lot of HP. On 19, he was just basically getting killed off. Mephisto's gonna spam that tornado thing that follows you, and then he's gonna try and trap me with his forward skill. I'm not with it. He's gonna do it again. If I don't push phase here, he dies. Yep. This is what was happening to me. Like, I wasn't able to transition out of that phase there before getting him killed, because all Mephisto's attacks just hit you while you're in iframes. Okay. He's pretty agile, so that's good. Okay. Oof. Yeah, he's not as fast as I would like, but it's a shame, man. It's a real shame. If he had a heal, 15% heal, it would have been a lot better. Because I see the damage, right? It's there. It's just his survivability isn't the greatest, so you have to compensate for the lack of survivability by playing him more conservatively. But at least he's not unplayable, you know. They could have done worse. They could have made it so he's unplayable without the uniform, and that way you have no choice but to buy it, especially since he's free like Cersei. But I do think Cersei is better, especially since Cersei offers you a support passive. So even if you don't want to build her as a DPS, you could use her to buff your Makari or your Gilgamesh or whoever, right? Do I want to wait? Nah, I don't want to wait, because he's gonna cutscene. Oh no, he didn't. He's gonna do it now, right? Okay, this guy's a bum. He's not gonna cutscene, even though I didn't use my skill. Okay, now he's gonna do it. Watch. All right, we got him. Yeah, minute 30 left, so that's actually not that bad. I wish I could have showed you guys 19, but just take my word for it. I wouldn't lie to you, right? When you go up to 19, Mephisto does so much more damage to him when he gets caught in his iframes, and he was just dying off. So that's why I bumped it down to 15 here. So you guys leave me your thoughts in the comments. If you've tried out Kingo without his uniform, let me know if you've been finding some success with him. Let me know if you're using a different rotation than the one I'm using, because I'd be more than happy to try that out to see if we can get some more survivability out of him, because I think the damage is there. All right, so till next time, guys, be safe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Do keep in mind, okay, even though he's a speed type, you should be giving him energy attack Urus. You should not be giving him physical attack.